Hello world, hello Philippines, hello safety professionals all over the world. I am here once again. I am a singer, eternal voice. Okay, this time I'll be able to vlog in a short period of time, going back to the basic safety foundation. As you know, the very background, shall I say, of all safety professionals, as the basic safety function, rules, and responsibilities of safety officer, safety engineer, safety advisors, or advisors, and safety managers, or even safety consultants. Okay, but usually this safety advisors, engineers, managers, and consultants, they are not really having frequent, safety inspection, audit, and monitoring at sites. It should always be the basic rules and responsibilities for safety officers, safety supervisors, and safety engineers. So this is, oh my gosh, safety inspection, safety monitoring, and safety audits. Okay, or what we call as OSH findings, OSH observations, okay, or shall we say OSH deviations, deficiencies, comments. Okay, there are a lot of terms apply to the same thing. Okay, when we mean observations, that could also be a comments, a deficiencies, a deviations, or a findings, like that. And through that, you can be able to have your safety suggestions and safety recommendations. Okay, something like that. Okay, so this is OSH, safety, inspection, audit, and monitoring. So this is our topic. Okay, so all safety professionals all over the world, in Asia, Europe, America, and Middle East, shall understand very well, okay, the relevance and the significance of this occupational safety, health, inspection, audit, and monitoring. Okay, so when we mean of occupational safety and health, okay, audit, inspection, and monitoring, so to make it simpler, all we have to do as a safety professionals will focus first on the unsafe conditions, okay, and unsafe actions. Okay, so for the unsafe conditions, usually focus on the physical conditions, okay, like that. It could be the materials used, it could be the equipment and tools involved or used in different activities. It could be what else? It could be the environmental factors, okay? It could also be unsafe conditions and the specific work environment, okay, or the specific work area, okay. For example, if you are doing your job in the ground level, in the elevated area, or in a specific area where there is no, roof, where there is no shade, or the reverse, in a specific area where there is a roof and there's a shade, okay, something like that. Because in construction industry, that is common for civil works, that there are no roofs and shades, especially they are directly exposed to the heat of the sun, especially the manual excavation, something like that. And what else? The drilling job by using a healthy machine. What else? The manual lifting, something like that, or any type of manual handling tasks. Sometimes they are directly exposed to the direct heat of the sun. So this is part also of unsafe conditions when we mean of environmental outside factors. So we need to say physical factors. Okay, again, materials, tools, equipment, specific work area, okay, like that, and the environmental outside factors or the physical conditions in the specific work environment. So that could comprise to unsafe condition, meaning the physical state or the physical configuration of the workplace. Okay, that's why most of the conditions will focus also with the condition of the specific workplace. For example, the lighting. Okay, could it be a high temperature or low temperature in a particular specific work area? Okay, and then the storage of materials. Okay, and then the handling also of your equipment and tools. Okay, how you possession your tools and equipment in that particular workplace. Okay, so those are belong to unsafe conditions, and that is first part. Okay, the second part will be the unsafe actions. This comprises where the unsafe behavior, meaning to say the people are behaving not in compliance to the safety rules and regulations. They are behaving and doing the job against the safety procedures. They're not following the safety procedures. Okay, they are not following the safety guidelines. Okay, the safety protocols. Okay, the safety rules and regulations. So they are deviating those, administrative controls, or let us say they are not doing the right safety actions and compliance with regards to the safety program, like that. So that is more on the unsafe actions, or let us say example to that is the shortcut method. Okay, doing the task in a shortcut method is only an example also of an unsafe action, meaning to say already the safety guidelines, safety procedures, safety rules, like that, or any safety programs, but still you acted and deviated those safety management and procedural system. So that belongs to unsafe actions. In short, this is really basing on the conformance to safety or safety conformance. So that's why if you violated this, okay, you'll be issued a non-conformance report. Okay, and for the safety violation will be violating the requirements for the conditions of your workplace or for the unsafe conditions, and you are issued a safety violation notice report. Okay, so meaning to say if you will not follow completely the requirements for your specific work area to be following the safety conditions and for the safe actions of the people, if you're not following that, then you'll be issued a safety violation report for the unsafe conditions and safety non-conformance report for your unsafe actions. Okay, something like that. Okay, so it sounds complicated, right? But to make it simpler, unsafe conditions, the safety warning letter will be issued as safety violation notice report. Okay, and for unsafe actions, that would be the safety non-conformance report, because unsafe actions usually on the safety guidelines, safety rules, safety procedures, like that you are trying to deviate and not following that one. Okay, something like that. So these things, unsafe conditions and unsafe actions, are really part of your safety audit, inspection, and monitoring. Now, if you are really, shall I say, an active, diligent, an attentive safety professionals, safety officers, safety engineers, or safety supervisors, then you'll be able to have your safety inspection report form that you'll always carry that every day for your routine and periodic safety inspection and audit at sites. Okay, for example, area 1, area 2, area 3, area 4. You will use that documentation form, safety audit and inspection documentation form. But sometimes if you are really clever enough that you know already what are the criteria to inspect, then no need to bring that form. All you have to do is to remember and put that in your brain or in your mind, and later when you go back to the office, then make your safety observation report in a piece of paper, write it down, or you could encode that in the computer, something like that. So really this is really a requirement, periodic safety inspection report or safety observation report after you are doing your safety audit, inspection, and monitoring. Okay, now if you do your observation reporting, okay, it's not enough to make a report. The first thing to do, if you found any unsafe conditions and unsafe actions, you have to correct on the spot, okay, and to have your safety recommendations, corrective measures on the spot to the responsible or concerned personnel to solve that safety issues and to solve that safety problems, because the safety professionals are really have the power to correct on the spot in order to make them safe, so that there will be no potential incidents and accidents will be happening, and then we can prevent any types of physical injuries, and we can also prevent also any ill health diseases, sickness in terms of our health. Okay, something like that. So that also covered by the safety professionals to inspect. Okay, now if you know already the unsafe conditions and unsafe actions, then you are also having a basic foundation knowledge for hazards and risks. Okay, then you have to identify what type of hazards, okay, and then of course try to determine the risks involved so that it is easy for you to recommend, okay, safety solutions for any safety issues, safety findings, safety observations that you actually gathered on the spot in the sites. Then you have to talk to the supervisor, to the foreman, to the engineer, like that. Okay, then if it is solved right away, then you need to report. But then if it is not solved right away, then you have to make a report. Okay, since for example, if you do the safety audit, inspection, and report, then all of your observations and findings are being rectified and closed immediately, then you can also have the report, okay, but the relevance and essence of your report is to let them know that these are the findings you've gathered in the site, so that it will not be happening again, though those are closed already, but only on safety information that it will not happen again. That's the purpose of your safety observations report now. Even though all are closed, you have to report also for safety information to be circulated in that particular organization or that concerned department, something like that. Okay, so that they will know, so that it will not be happening again, those safety issues and safety observations. So it doesn't mean that if all safety issues and observes you found outside are being rectified by the concerned personnel, concerned supervisor, concerned foreman, then you don't have to make report anymore. You still have to document it, okay? So that you can determine how frequent it will be happening, like that you can have your analysis Okay, if it will be repeating again and again and again, then if that is the case, it's always repeating, maybe the effective corrective action is not implemented. Okay, like that. So it is not controlled well if that is the case. Okay, so be sure to have an effective corrective measure, corrective action, and effective solution for all your safety issues and observations, findings that you'd gathered on the site. Okay, so you should know the type of hazards, the risks involved. So what are those type of hazards? You have the biological hazards, physical hazards, chemical hazards, ergonomic hazards, electrical hazards, mechanical hazards, psychosocial or psychological hazards. Okay, you need to know the different examples of each type of hazard. I don't have to explain because I already mentioned it a while ago in my previous vlogs, okay? And then also you need to know the classification of hazards. It could be a health hazards or it could be a safety hazards. And I'll give also examples in my previous, vlogs, and you should know that also. If you know those type of hazards and classification of hazards, then it is easy for you to on the spot determining or collecting or gathering observations, findings, issues, and deficiencies at site. It will help a lot. Okay? So these hazards and risks are very important to link with the unsafe actions and unsafe conditions that you are already familiar with. Okay? So it is very, very essential to convey to the relevant party, okay, so that this will be solved. If not solved completely or if not eliminated completely, the unsafe conditions and unsafe actions, at least it has been controlled, mitigated, minimized into its minimal level or ALARP state as low as reasonably practicable. Okay, because sometimes it's very also difficult to eliminate completely those hazards and risks, okay, you found outside at site. Okay, something like that. So that's it. Okay, it runs to 17 minutes. Okay, thank you so much for listening for this safety inspection audit and monitoring vlog of mine. I hope you've enjoyed listening with us. Okay, and if you are not subscribing yet my channel, then you can subscribe, like, comment, and share to anybody else to have a little information for OSH, Occupational Safety and Health. Bye bye, God bless everybody.